how many students in a class. Teachers and the province battle over class size. Keystone XL comeback.
The question, however, still is there that the industry itself may prefer a West Coast option.
The project could be revived after a conversation in the White House.
Welcome to our symphonic blues experience.
And Morgan Freeman on the blues and shooting an Oscar-winning movie near Calgary.
And moving them that they thought that was unique.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Ian White.
Good afternoon. Alberta teachers remain on strike, and class sizes are front and center in the standoff between the province and the teachers' union. Kevin Green is live outside St. Joan of Arc School in the southwest. So, Kevin, what are both sides saying about the numbers?
Well, Ian, it's one of the sticking points, but it's also one of the things that's galvanized some support for the teachers. Both sides say the other is ignoring the facts. Alberta is one of only two provinces in Canada that doesn't have any formal limits on how many students can be in a classroom. The other is Saskatchewan. Teachers Association says those caps should be written into contracts. But the Education Minister, Dimitrios Nicolaides, says research doesn't show that smaller classrooms improve learning unless those numbers drop to levels that most schools couldn't afford.
The only evidence that we found is that the caps must reduce class sizes beyond a level of 16 or 17 students per classroom to have any kind of measurable effectiveness.
Nicolaides says dropping class sizes to that level would be financially unaffordable, but ATA President Jason Schilling says even modest reductions in classroom sizes would have benefits for students, especially those that need extra help, and would improve the working conditions for teachers in those classrooms who say they are dealing with overcrowded classrooms every day. Ian?
Kevin, thanks very much. Teachers in Cochrane rallied support today with the help of their four-legged friends. Dozens of dogs and their families marched through Cochrane over the noon hour. Teachers say because they can't meet at the schools, they had to find another way to get together and support each other. They also got a positive reception from the public.
We are community members. We're here for our students. That these are the stories that we wanted. And so we hope that, as we're walking, maybe we run into people, we can just tell that, things that are happening in the school, things that we want to see happening in the school more and more, and being able to share that.
Williams Day says teachers are more than just purveyors of knowledge. They are mentors and role models for students. The teachers' strike is having an impact on Alberta's small businesses. The Canadian Federation of Independent Business says it reduces productivity for many workers with children. The CFIB says during last year's teachers' strike in Saskatchewan, 1/3 of small businesses reported a negative impact on their operations, including staffing challenges and lost sales and revenue. While local businesses are feeling the impacts, some are also showing their support for teachers, offering free or discounted food and drinks during the strike.
Teachers are just so important. Like, our entire future is based on the next generation, and the teachers are the ones who are doing that. And what it sounds like, I couldn't imagine being in the classroom right now, with that many kids and how that affects, the learning for each one. So doing this, we just want to show our support and thank you for what they're doing.
According to the CFIB, Alberta's small business confidence is already slumping because of a skilled labor shortage, tariffs, and the postal strike. The teachers' strike is the latest of many challenges. The Keystone XL pipeline is back on the table following the Prime Minister's meeting with U.S. President Donald Trump. Tyson Fedor joins us with more details. And Tyson, how realistic is it that this project will actually go ahead?
Well, Ian, at this point, no major energy company has come out and said it's willing to put money down just yet. But as talks intensify on both sides of the border, it could be a route to ship even more crude down to the U.S. from here in Alberta. Now, the KXL pipeline expansion was brought up in talks between the two leaders just yesterday as a possible relief measure for Canada on steel and aluminum tariffs. It also comes after Premier Danielle Smith threatened to begin working with the U.S. if BC and Canada do not accept a pipeline project to the North Coast. The now defunct Keystone project is owned by South Bow, which is a spin-out company of TC Energy. In February, South Bow said it had moved on from the project, but today tells CTV News it wants to increase exports of Canadian crude by, quote, leveraging its existing corridor. A former energy executive who worked on the original Keystone project says for this pipeline expansion to pan out, the Prime Minister needs to be serious.
I think potentially makes it a better candidate than the West Coast one is simply that it avoids the issue of having to get the concurrence of British Columbia and all of the much more unsettled circumstances with respect to land claims. The question, however, still is there that the industry itself may prefer a West Coast option because of the greater optionality.
Now, the initial pipeline proposal and expansion project for Keystone was to ship more than 800,000 barrels of crude from Hardisty here in Alberta down to Nebraska. It would then eventually make its way off to the U.S. Gulf Coast. Ian?
Thank you, Tyson. A black bear continues to wander around the southwest community of Oak Ridge. Homeowners sent us this footage taken just before 5 this morning in the 600 block of Oakwood Place. The bear has been roaming around the area since Sunday when it was first spotted in a green space near South Glenmore Park. Fish and Wildlife say it is not displaying aggressive behavior. Police are cautioning anyone who sees the bear to be careful and do not approach it. I think that's actually the best way to see a black bear is from your living room on the camera.
On the camera. And no problem not approaching it.
Yeah.
I would be as far as possible from that. Now, is this bear getting ready for having a nice long sleep? Yes. Would the temperatures today indicate it somewhat? Would the temperatures on the weekend indicate it even further? Yes. It's going to be cold for Thanksgiving weekend. Before we get into that forecast, though, let's talk about now. 11 degrees. That's as warm as we got this afternoon. Our daytime high, though, was 13, but that was at midnight. So that's almost 10 degrees cooler than compared to yesterday. A little bit warmer tomorrow, getting up to a high of 16, lots of sunshine, so it's stable and it's bright. So we have beautiful days, and it will get warm over these next couple of days before things chill for the weekend. I'll have your weekend forecast coming up, but that's your 24-hour forecast brought to you by Fifth Avenue Volkswagen, where you can win your ride. See dealer for details or visit fifthAvVW.com.
Thanks, Danielle. It seems like an unusual request. Give us your toenail clippings just ahead. How your contribution can help scientists in Calgary learn more about radon and cancer. And the 30th anniversary of Calgary's police helicopter and remembering the officer whose death inspired it. A pair of RCMP officers will not be charged in the fatal shooting of a man 3 years ago. Mounties were called to a gas station in Strathmore at 3:15 in the morning on Christmas Day in 2022. A report from Alberta's police watchdog says officers tried to get the man to leave the station before he grabbed a hammer and a wooden club. The officers left the store and requested backup. When more officers arrived, the man charged at police with the hammer and he was shot. According to the report, the man then got up and climbed into an RCMP vehicle before he was shot again. He died of multiple gunshot wounds, and an autopsy found he had cocaine, meth, and fentanyl in his system. Video of the incident posted on social media captured at least 14 shots being fired. ACERT believed officers may have committed an offense and referred it to prosecutors. The Crown did not recommend. To Angela Mackenzie's minivan, killing the mother of 5. Amer is a known gangster with a long criminal history. He's considered dangerous and unpredictable. Anyone who sees him is advised to call 911. It's been 30 years since Calgary police first flew over our city in their own helicopter. Officers and civilians gathered for the anniversary of the Helicopter Air Watch for Community Safety, also known as Hawks. The event is also a special service of remembrance for Constable Rick Sonnenberg. In 1993, the officer was struck and killed by a speeding stolen car while he was laying a spike belt on Deerfoot Trail. CPS soon began the process of acquiring a helicopter as aerial patrol was considered safer than high-speed chases. In July of 1995, Hawks took off in the constable's honor.
We talk about apprehending bad people. We talk about assisting with missing persons, but we want every Calgarian, just like every police officer, to come home safe. And we can use and help that with this aerial platform that we've been using.
Calgary was the first Canadian municipal police force with a full-time aerial program. Now nearly every major city in the developed world uses police helicopters. Okay, Danielle joins us once again. It was quite a bit cooler today.
You noticed it?
I did, yeah.
Still a beautiful day. Today, beautiful fall day. Yes. Almost 10 degrees cooler than yesterday in the city. And we had a lot of sunshine. Look at those cool clouds building in. We have another nice, stable couple of days, and temperatures are going to climb. So we're even going to get closer to that 20 mark by Friday. But then for the long weekend, it's a completely different story. It's cold and likely snowy. Snowy, yeah. Okay, 11 degrees. That's how far we got this afternoon, but our daytime high was actually midnight, 1 a.m. when we got to 13 degrees. Overall, still cooler than yesterday. We got to 22 in the city yesterday. Lethbridge right now is sitting at 14, Medicine Hat 17, Milk River 15. So a lot of those teens right now. It was a bit of a breezy day, and I think the key thing to look at is the wind was predominantly today out of the north. So that's a cooler wind. If you were outside, you certainly felt that in comparison to yesterday. 43 kilometers per hour is the maximum wind gust so far in Calgary. We should have calm winds tomorrow. Looking at the winds around those 30s for Pincher Creek and Lethbridge today, and closer to 50 in Medicine Hat. We have stable weather, so there's really nothing to talk about in southern Alberta other than, yeah, we may see a couple clouds here and there, but overall it's quiet for the rest of today and for the next couple of days until this. So what I want to show you is on Friday we're going to get a push of warmth from the south. So that's Friday. Friday will be our warm day over these next few days. And then we have this upper level low, cold core low, that's going to actually really reduce the temperatures. And it's also going to bring in precipitation. Now, because temperatures will get so cool and will dip down to and even below the freezing mark, that rain will switch in to wet snow. So let me play through the next couple of days. Nothing to talk about, just a lot of sunshine, so enjoy it, get out for walks, do whatever you can to take advantage of this nice weather, because then, as you can see on Saturday, that low will redevelop in Alberta. And it's going to throw waves of, well, rain at first into the city. So we'll see that late Saturday. And then Saturday night, as we dip below freezing, that will switch into wet snow, which is why your long-range forecast looks like this. And that silly dancing turkey on Monday. Okay, 16 degrees on Thursday with mix of sun and cloud. Friday, a good amount of sunshine. We'll get up to 19. By Saturday, a high of 13 degrees. Showers switching over to wet snow at night. And then on Sunday, some wet snow. Check out your daytime highs. Sunday, 2. Monday, 1. Monday, small chance of precipitation for that Thanksgiving Monday and the dancing turkey. Ian.
Scientists at the University of Calgary are asking for your toenail clippings as part of a study exploring how radon gas is linked to lung cancer. Radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer after smoking. When radon decays in the body, it leaves behind lead-210, a radioactive byproduct. It can be detected in hair along with finger and toenails. Researchers say because toenails grow more slowly, they provide a better readout of your longer-term exposures. The team has already studied 40 samples from Canadians and found high levels of lead match people living in homes with higher radon readings.
We now can actually gene sequence the tumor and look at the pattern of mutations there and say, absolutely, that is the tobacco-induced cancer mutation signature. We want to be able to do that for radon. If all of that works, we should have the ability to add in a person's long-term radon exposure to the criteria used right now to assess a person's risk.
New funding from the Canadian Cancer Society will now expand the study to 10,000 participants across Canada. For information about how to participate, head to our website, ctvnewscalgary.ca. It could be the closest thing you experience to walking into Morgan Freeman's Blues Club in Mississippi. Still to come, the Oscar-winning actor on his symphonic blues experience and his memories of shooting Unforgiven in Alberta. Cenovus sweetens its offer to take over MEG Energy. Joining me is Robert Geary, investment advisor with the Popwich-Carmali Advisory Group. So, Rob, how did the markets close out the day?
Yeah, it was another good one here for the markets, and TSX closed higher on the back of, again, ever rising gold prices. So it moved the producers and the materials up, as well as IT, and that's what pushed the U.S. stocks higher today. We had Jensen Huang talking from NVIDIA's CEO today on the still insane demand for chips, and so that drove a lot of the semiconductors in the IT space up, pushing the NASDAQ and the S&P to a record high again today.
And an improved takeover offer from Cenovus for MEG Energy. How did their stocks respond today?
Yeah, the stocks responded well on both sides, and that's, I would say, a slightly interesting one. So, I mean, they upped their bid for MEG Energy, so you'd expect that one to be up. That one was up 6% today on MEG's side, and Cenovus was up as well, meaning that investors like the deal, because usually that's a little bit dilutive to the share price, but they've sweetened this offer by a half cash, half stock deal, and I think this one will probably put this over the edge to the vote on the Cenovus side, because now the MEG shareholders and Cenovus shareholders all align for the new alignment of a new entity, which would be cost savings and a strategic partnership that would benefit a single entity. So I think that we'll see what happens here. The vote has been pushed now to October 22nd.
All right. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
The CEO of Canada's biggest bank is encouraging Canadian business and government leaders to take more risks.
And I think there's a frustration with Canada in so many ways that you haven't taken advantage to the degree you probably could have of all the incredible assets this country has. Not to say we haven't done well. We've done well. But we're going to have to do well in different ways.
Speaking to the Calgary Chamber of Commerce today, RBC CEO David McKay says too many Canadian businesses and governments at all three levels are risk averse. He says he's heard from Canadian business leaders who get deals done with U.S. governors within a weekend. And McKay suggests Canada will have to be more aggressive as it works to reduce its reliance on the U.S. The Keystone XL pipeline expansion appears to be back on the table. Here's Tara Nelson with a look ahead to CTV News at 6.
Hi, Ian. The old pipeline expansion project came up between Donald Trump and Mark Carney while discussing aluminum and steel tariff relief. Coming up at 6, what the Prime Minister is saying about it today, plus the challenges involved in actually reviving a defunct project. Also ahead, local organizations are pitching in to help families during the teachers' strike. Coming up, some of the offerings at Camp Horizon. Ian.
Thanks, Tara.
Welcome to our symphonic blues experience. A unique combination of classic orchestral sounds blended with the emotion and authenticity of the blues.
You will hear that unmistakable voice along with some great music at the Jack Singer Concert Hall November 6th. Morgan Freeman's Symphonic Blues Experience showcases the blues, one of the Oscar winner's greatest passions. And joining me is Morgan Freeman. It's wonderful to see you.
Yes, sir. How are you this morning?
Oh, we're doing great. Thank you. So I have to ask you, when you grew up in Mississippi, how important were the blues to you?
Not that much, to tell you the truth. Music. I just am a appreciator, I can say, of music. I don't care what the genre is. I never was a big blues fan as a blues fan exclusively. Music, be it blues, rock and roll, pop, anything but opera.
Morgan, I want to ask a little bit about your movie career. Of course, you shot Unforgiven in the Calgary area in the 1990s. What were your memories of shooting that movie up here?
It was my first movie with Clint, and we had built a town about 22 miles south of Calgary, called it Big Whiskey, I think. And we didn't drive up there in a car. You were going to go up there from the base camp. You had to be in a wagon being pulled by horses, or you had to be astride a horse. Mm-hmm. That was, in moviedom, that I thought that was unique. The other memory is how glad I was to be there.
And to see my extended interview with Morgan Freeman, visit ctvnews.ca/Calgary. Quite a bit cooler today in the city, and even cooler by Thanksgiving weekend. At the moment, it's 11 degrees. Danielle has details still ahead. Theme graphics are always fun.
Yes.
You know, not as fun as an emoji, perhaps.
Right.
But if you have a dancing turkey.
Right, and that's what the graphic was called, is Dancing Turkey.
Yes.
But it should be called the Twerking Turkey.
The Twerking Turkey.
Yeah. Turkey, the turkey. 11 degrees is the current temperature. Today's high was 13. That was at midnight. This afternoon, we only got to 11. When you look at the next couple of days, it's stunning, and temperatures will climb almost to that 20 mark on Friday. But I know, he's so cute. It makes the weekend look nicer, doesn't it? Because by Sunday 2, Monday 1, and Saturday night and through Sunday, rain and wet snow.
Thank you, Danielle. About 2,000 Calgarians enjoyed a free lunch courtesy of Sunterra Market today. The market celebrated its 35th anniversary in Bankers Hall with the gratitude event on Stephen Avenue. 4 giant cast iron pans were filled with this delicious meal. Donations were encouraged to help fund In From the Cold, which helps families experiencing housing insecurity and homelessness. Over $11,000 was raised. Organizers say Sunterra is honored to be part of the downtown community all these years. And brown bagging for Calgary's kids is getting some help from Urban Barn. The nonprofit feeds more than 7,800 students every school day and is continuing to provide meals during the teacher strike. Urban Barn says it will be matching donations through its Blanket the Country campaign. From now until the end of October, Calgarians are encouraged to make a $5 donation in-store or online. Thank you for joining us. Now here's the early edition of the CTV National News.